from Lions Clubs International. This is LQ, Lions Quarterly. We begin with Lions making a global impact. Millions of children do not have enough to eat.
The percentage of kids lacking adequate access to food grows virtually without limit across the world in every country. In the Philippines, it's 1 in 3. In the United States, it's 1 in 5. And the numbers are similarly unacceptable almost everywhere you look.
Hungry children do not learn well. Lions are stepping up to address this issue in communities around the world. Near Montreal, Canada, Lions provide a healthy snack for children to start their day.
2 times a week, we deliver 35 platters of fruit and cheese in collaboration with a local grocery to selected schools in the region.
The importance of the healthy snack is to help children satisfy their hunger and better concentrate on their studies and activities.
There's an increase to breakfast programs because that's been shown scientifically time and again that it's an absolute required condition to learn.
The program started in 1997 in one school.
We started the project because there was a great need in the community.
Now the program serves 9 schools, and Lions hope to expand to 11 in the coming year.
When the healthy snacks arrive, the children are happy and they are usually in a rush to get them.
I'm very sensitive to the fact that kids don't have enough to eat. It troubles me, and it troubles the entire Lions Club. So I really want to be involved and help correct that situation.
In Bagao, Philippines, Lions asked a local school what they could do to help.
We have some children who have no lunch. They belong really to a poor family.
Lions come to the school and provide much-needed food.
Good nutrition affects the ability of the children in going to school because if the child is malnourished, they cannot learn so much.
Vegetables, fruits, protein.
Bagao Lions also teach students and their parents about good nutrition in a fun and interactive way.
Since I am a pediatrician, I decided to do a nutrition lecture. I recommend a balanced diet.
Vegetable and fruits.
Very good, Abigail. There are lots of malnourished kids eating junk foods, and I have to educate them, even the parents, what kind of food to eat in order to have a sound mind and a healthy body.
And while the Lions give backpacks and school supplies to all the children, the club also gives vitamins and nutrition supplements so that children who need it most have a supply of essential nutrients.
I feel very fulfilled every time we do activities.
In the U.S., Indiana Lions took it a step farther by making sure that children have food over the weekend.
Northeast Indiana 4 or 5 years ago was really struggling with unemployment rates. The free and reduced lunch rates at elementary schools was starting to spike. We realized we had some issues with kids that we knew were going to be hungry on weekends.
Thus, the Boomerang Backpack program began. And Lions decided to get involved.
If possible, we'll have some fruits and some fruit juices.
Our kids are everything, and so we got to make sure that they have enough nourishment to function.
Every Friday, more than 30 students are sent home with backpacks full of food.
It makes me feel really, really good and happy to know that they're not going hungry, that they do have food to eat over the weekend.
The kids really look forward to getting their Boomerang backpacks on Fridays. They bring them back on Mondays. The food's been eaten and they're ready to get down to schoolwork and get ready for business. What do we have there?
276.
Perfect, Reese, nice job.
We're helping out kids, we're fighting childhood hunger, and if everybody comes together and we pool resources, then the children will win.
Every year in Bloomfield we do vision screenings. We're 100% behind improving the vision and health of children.
We're very grateful to the Lions Club because this detects problems that may not be detectable through your typical screening.
Face the camera. Within 30 seconds of taking an image, we can determine if the child is referred for further testing or has passed.
Hi, Brianna, can you come in so we can take your picture?
So the morning of the Lions Club screening, I myself almost forgot to sign the permission slips.
Brianna was one of our kids that was screened last year where we got an irregular result.
We received a letter from the Lions Club stating that Brianna needed to be seen by a professional eye doctor. We didn't really think anything of it, so we made the appointment 3 weeks later.
Brie, how many fingers do I have up?
2 weeks after the eye screening was done, we noticed that her vision was blurred.
You can't see anything out of that eye.
We went into our appointment and the doctor had told us that her retina was completely detached. That afternoon, we were able to get in contact with a retina specialist and be seen.
They wanted more tests done, so we ended up in emergency.
Over the next 72 hours, we had an MRI done, a CAT scan done.
It was a tumor or Coats disease. One of our questions was if we could do a biopsy on the eye, and the problem was the cancer could spread immediately, so extraction was our only option.
It was devastating knowing that what we were about to do to our daughter. You know, I mean, we were saving her life, but also making a huge difference for her. So we stood in the middle of her room and just held each other and cried.
The emotions were running so high. It's a difficult decision to make as a parent, in understanding that you may be making the wrong decision if it's not cancer.
We decided to move forward immediately because time was not on our side.
Love you.
She would be the first surgery the next morning. The only thing that she was concerned about was graduating with her kindergarten friends.
She entered school with a big smile on her face and went about her day as if absolutely nothing had happened.
Brianna is a one-of-a-kind kid. She's very resilient. She's very special.
A week after surgery, the Lightons learned they had made the right decision. It was cancer. Fortunately, it hadn't spread.
It shocked me. Every once in a while somebody will find a childhood cataract, but cancerous tumor was something, you know, above and beyond that. Really opened our eyes as to how beneficial this program really is.
They saved our little girl's life. Had it not been for the Lions Club, she may not be here today.
The Bloomfield Lions also helped pay for Brianna's prosthetic eye. It wasn't covered by insurance.
They polished it all up and put it in her eye, and when we got outside, she started dancing.
I got my eye! I got my eye!
She was very happy, we were very happy, and life was good again.
The Lightons made it their mission to give back to the Lions. Through fundraisers like this one, they helped the Bloomfield Club purchase their own camera so they wouldn't have to borrow one in the future.
Increasing the number of cameras and the number of Lions trained on using those cameras means we can screen more kids and hopefully prevent more vision issues from being permanent for the children.
Since Brianna, we've gone up 400% in children having their vision screened. It's really her experience that has gotten more parents and kids on board.
Happy birthday!
You need to live every moment as though it's your last moment. Your life can change in a heartbeat, and ours did a year ago. It's definitely made us stronger. Brianna has touched a lot of lives, and hopefully she will have saved a lot of lives.
Every day I look at her and I want to cry, but every day I look at her and I want to smile, because she brings a lot of happy thoughts to us. I expect that kid to be happy her whole life. That's what I really want, and that's what I hope for her.
Thank you, Lions.
Their love of children of all abilities motivated the Lions Club of Kota Baru to establish this Down Syndrome Center in 1997. They saw a need in their community that wasn't being served, so they worked hard to establish an early intervention program.
We train very young preschool Down syndrome children and prepare them to have a full and a happy life.
Teachers focus on language, reading, writing, and numbers, as well as gross and fine motor skills.
The aim of this curriculum is to develop good habits to reach their highest potential and to be integrated into special school or normal school.
They also learn basic life skills, such as how to eat and dress themselves. The Lions of Kota Baru are responsible for running the center, with help from teachers and parents. In fact, parent participation is required in order to receive the free services.
Yay!
Parents appreciate the program that has made such a difference in their children's lives.
My daughter has learned to be independent here.
She has learned to read and write, and she can speak confidently with others.
I am very grateful to the Lions for giving my daughter a better future.
Over the years, demand for services has increased. In 2010, the center expanded into a new building, thanks to a U.S. $75,000 grant from LCIF. This means more space, more services, and more children served.
We have definitely touched the lives of the people who have Down syndrome with the training, the experience, and the confidence that we've given them.
This Down Syndrome Center is a testimony to the support that we get from LCIF, enabling the Down syndrome children in Kota Bharu to be able to prepare themselves to have a better life.
Where can you find before and after school care with meals, music and art classes, and other activities that bring children, adults, and seniors together to support one another? At the multi-generation houses in communities around Germany.
We were looking for projects in our town where we could give this help, and we could see the results.
The Troisdorf Lions got involved with their local multi-generation house, which supports the city's large immigrant population.
Troisdorf is about 75,000 residents, and 12% are immigrants.
Relocating to a new country is challenging, especially when there is a language barrier.
It's difficult to learn to read and write because the characters are different. We read Arabic from right to left, and German is left to right.
An important focus of the multi-generation house is helping immigrants, especially women, integrate into the community. The two main ways are through teaching them to read and write the German language and to help them develop confidence and skills to gain employment.
I took a German course here for 9 months with 22 women who were in a situation similar to me. After, they helped me find volunteer work that led to a paid job. I'm very happy.
The Lions Club supports us, not only financially, but they volunteer their time to help the children and women.
We really are glad to help the immigrants to learn German as their second language, so they can feel good in our society. They should be able to go to a shop or to a doctor and to talk with them about their needs.
Lions also enjoy helping children with homework and read with them to improve their fluency with the German language.
We start very early in the kindergarten. This is important. They need it before they go to school.
Oh, super, guck mal hier. They are proud to show how they are able to speak it right in the right way, and this is what makes me proud.
Lions are stepping forward to help these youngsters in other ways.
My favorite project has been the shoe project.
We found out that many of the children had shoes that were too small or handed down from their older brothers and sisters.
Lions bought new shoes for every child.
It was a great pleasure to see how happy the children were. For most of them was the first time their own new shoes.
Our aim when we support somebody is not only to give them material things, but also to have them get a sense why it is necessary. So in my profession as a medical doctor, we made a lesson to teach them that shoes are part of healthcare.
Lions showed the boys and girls and their moms how to care for their feet and their new shoes.
I really want to thank the Lions for providing new shoes for my son and for letting our children choose the shoes they wanted.
To help the children feel at home in the German culture, Lions take them on excursions to local attractions.
There is always something more you can do. We are very proud that we can improve the lives of the children living here.
We are happy that the Lions are engaged in projects here. The Lions are good role models for the children.
If you would like to suggest your Lions project for LQ, send your story to lq@lionsclubs.org. LQ is available on the Lions Club's international website, YouTube, iTunes, and DVD. Lions make a difference every day, everywhere. Thanks for watching LQ Lions Quarterly.